Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the new Warcry Starter Set. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Warcry Starter Set. Vampires Battle Stormcast Eternals in the Crypt of Blood. So we finally have a new Warcry Starter Set coming out, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. But I can't help but notice that everything Games Workshop does for Warcry just seems like a half attempt. And the closest thing we can compare Warcry to is Kill Team. Obviously, Warcry takes place in the fantasy Age of Sigmar setting, but is the skirmish game equivalent. And then we know Kill Team takes place in the Warhammer 40k setting and is the skirmish equivalent of 40k. That being said, obviously 40k is much more popular, so you would expect Kill Team to be much more popular. But I can't help but notice that everything they do for Warcry just feels like a half attempt. It never feels like it's as good or like they've put nearly as much effort into it as they do with Kill Team. So Games Workshop about a year ago took on the seasons for Kill Team and also Warcry, and we saw the Kill Team boxes selling out regularly in minutes, and we see the Warcry boxes now being offered at 40 and 50% discounts. And you can't help but notice that a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're just not putting in the effort. They recycled a ton of the terrain in the last set. Some of the teams were just a little bit lackluster, and the whole thing just felt like they were stretching out a couple products into a bunch of box sets to try to make more sales. But the limited amount of customers opted out on the last couple box sets because it felt like they were just buying the same thing over and over again. And here we are with this Warcry article from Warhammer Community, and I can't help but notice that, again, they're just not putting in the effort. I mean, it has the new 40k banner in the background. Couldn't even be bothered with putting on the Warcry banner. And I think once we take a look at this set and we compare it a little bit to the Kill Team set, you're going to see exactly what I mean with this new starter set. Now, we don't know the prices on this yet, but I would just assume that they're shooting for that $100 price point, where the big game is closer to like $185 or $200. So let's take a look at this, and then we'll compare it to the Kill Team starter set. Warcry is a fast-paced game of bloodthirsty skirmishes, where warriors from the Age of Sigmar battle for supremacy, attacking, dodging, and counterattacking, as well as unleashing powerful special abilities to vanquish their foes. It's quick to play, and with streamlined rules, this is the perfect game to start your journey into the vast and fascinating mortal realms. And it's about to come easier than ever to get this exhilarating game system. All right, so we see now we have the Stormcast Eternals versus Vampires. Cool little setting. We see some little graveyard terrain. It is all new, but we know obviously these models are all recycled. These were two of the Underworld's warbands previously from a few editions ago. Really nice models, actually. I'm a big fan of these, so I'm not complaining about that. But when you do the actual breakdown and go through and look at what you get, you'll see that they were kind of trying to take the same system they did for Kill Team, but again, it just felt lackluster at best. So here we see the starter set. It is definitely coming in a different style of box than the Kill Team starter set. So we see that this is just like one of the double stacks as opposed to like the long normal starter box. I don't think that necessarily says anything about the price, but I do have a feeling this is going to come in cheaper. If not, again, it's going to be a complete failure. If they try to price this box set at $100, I just think this is going to be a total miss. Warcry Crypt of Blood is a brand new small-scale starter set designed to help new players break into the exhilarating game with minimal fuss. It contains 2 warbands, which are a little smaller than usual, ideal for introducing new players to the rules. You can play as either the blazing golden armored Stormcast Eternals, or Xandur's Truthseekers, or the arrogant vampire nobles of the Crimson Court. So they do make some notes there that this is a smaller scale game. One thing I don't like about that is that if you start off by building these warbands or one of them for a new player, you can't actually like expand onto this. Now, of course, you could create your own warband from scratch and just use all the order to kind of fill it out, etc. So sure, you can kind of create your own warband, but you don't have those extra models to where you can expand out into a bigger game. I would much rather see each warband have their normal like 8 to 12 models, and then you just use 4 of them in like the starter missions of the game. These mighty warriors are brawling over a crypt situated in Noctris, deep in Saish. This is said to be the resting place of the legendary vampire. Sigmar himself has tasked Xandar with recovering the relics interred here, lest they fall into the hands of Nagash, while the Crimson Court has orders to exterminate these trespassers. Crypt of Blood represents this battlefield with a double-sided 30 by 22 paper gaming board and 6 new pieces of terrain that make up the gloomy crypt of Noctris, including an ornate sarcophagus and a statue of Neferati, Mortarch of Blood. So they do make a specific note there. It is a double-sided 30 by 22 paper board. So normally you would be playing on a 30 by 22 board for Warcry, but it would be typically like the thicker cardboard. So again, very similar to what we see in the Kill Team set. We also see these new pieces of terrain. So we have the statue itself, we have the little sarcophagus, and then we have 4 little walls. So 6 pieces of terrain, worth note for comparison later. But each of the warbands is actually only 4 models. A 72-page Crypt of Blood book provides you with the complete core rules for Warcry, alongside lore for both warbands, 7 battle plans designed just for this box, and information on how to continue your quest into the savage world of Warcry. Fighter and ability cards for both warbands are also included, alongside 18 dice and a Warcry token board with a range ruler and 63 tokens to help you keep track of your wounds and activations. So it is cool that you get the 18 dice. It doesn't actually show them, but hopefully they're the big chunky Warcry dice, and it does include a token sheet, which is definitely nice, and then all of the core rules for Warcry, which currently they don't have like a mini core rule book, and they also don't sell tokens. I really would have liked to see a supplementary Warcry set, which has like the smaller core rulebook, maybe a measuring device, some tokens along the lines of what they have provided for Kill Team. But it is cool that there's a lot of stuff for free, access for Warcry, but something like tokens, you know, you can't just print off tokens. I mean, I guess you could, but it doesn't make much sense. It would seem like they should just sell a token sheet. So now we've taken a look at everything in this set. Let's kind of do a breakdown and kind of compare it to the Kill Team set without going into too much detail. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch, and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. So this is the Kill Team box set that you get. It is currently $99 and sold out. It is very popular. It's actually a really nice set. So if we look at what comes in the set, so we'll start with our 2 gangs. So first we have the Astra Militarum, which is just a Krieg Kill Team basically. You get 10 models in that set, and it is $60. And then we have the Orc Kommandos also, and in this case you get 12 models in the set, little grot and a squig and 10 orcs, and this set is $65. So right off the bat you're getting $125 worth of models, and then on top of that you have the terrain, you have the measuring device, the dice here, and then there's the rule book and the token sheet, and then all your missions and everything. And then of course the fold out board. So if we just skip over here and take a look at the terrain, it is very similar to what we see in this new set. In the new set, it was 4 walls. We basically have 1, 2, 3, and then, you know, this would be the equivalent of our force. And then we have the statue and the sarcophagus. So again, 6 little pieces of terrain, very similar there. This also comes with like these little mini bunkers. It does come with the token set. And then of course, like we have the actual rule book, but here's like all the little supplementary stuff that comes with it. And then here, if we jump over and take a look at the warbands, so we saw that those 2 gangs for the Kill Team set were both priced at $60 and $65 accordingly. The Crimson Court right here, which is your 4 vampires, is $40. And it would be the same for the Stormcast as well. So you're getting about $80 worth of miniatures. You're getting 8 miniatures instead of 22. So you're getting substantially less price in miniatures and substantially less actual miniatures. So when I look back over here at this set and look at everything that's included in it, it just feels substantially weaker than the actual Kill Team set. There's way less value in the set. It is cool that there's some new terrain and everything. All the models, however, are recycled. It is cool that they're including the token sheet, but I just don't see the same level of value here. So we don't know yet what Games Workshop is going to be pricing this set at. I've been calling for a Warcry starter set for a while and talking about how much that would help the game and help people get involved in it. But this is just not what I pictured. I do like the new terrain pieces. They're cool. Maybe they could have just recycled the old Mausoleum set that is really, really popular and really, really cool, and you would have got substantially more terrain than this. Maybe they're going to price this way lower. I mean, it definitely has less miniatures in it, less value in miniatures in it, and it's a less popular game. So if this comes out at $99 and tries to compete with like the Kill Team set, I think this is going to be a complete flop. Now, if they price it closer to like $50 or maybe something like $69 or something like that, I think it could actually do well. But knowing Games Workshop and the way they've been pricing things lately, they've been essentially trying to follow like the same game plan for Warcry that they've used on Kill Team, and it's worked pretty well on Kill Team, but it has been a complete flop on Warcry. So if they keep up this same kind of method, the same attempt of like the parallel between Sigmar and 40k, aka Kill Team and Warcry, I think this is going to be another flop. I am all about Warcry. I bought all 4 of the last sets, thought they were really cool, but it has just felt very, very redundant, very lackluster. And honestly, after seeing this set right here, until we know the prices, I gotta say, this just looks like another flop waiting to happen for me. If you were already going to buy the 2 warbands from the set and spend 80 bucks on them, paying another 20 for the terrain and a little starter book and the token sheet is actually not bad, but it's not nearly as good of a deal as with the Kill Team set. Because the Kill Team Essential set, which is all the little like game aids that you need, runs somewhere like $30+. And then we already saw the warbands are $125 plus the actual terrain as well. So you're getting like $200 worth of stuff in that set. In this set, we're looking at somewhere around like 150 or something like that. So hopefully it is priced accordingly. I really want to see this somewhere around like 50 to 75 bucks. I really hope they don't try to push it up to that 100. Because I do think this is a cool idea and everything. I don't love the approach of it. I wish it came with more models in the set. Obviously, that's what Games Workshop is all about, their models. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you feel like Warcry gets an equal treatment to Kill Team and it's just not popular because it's not as fun or people don't like it? Or do you feel like Games Workshop always tries to just kind of push it along with everything else and doesn't give it the appropriate love? I mean, obviously, the banner for this article is not like what everything should be measured off of. But again, it's been up here like this for days and they haven't even bothered to come in and fix it. It just makes me think that the people working on this stuff either don't care or just don't have the time or effort to fix little mistakes like this. Because I can't imagine it would take more than a couple seconds to just swap out to the appropriate banner. So as always, I'd like to hear your guys' opinions. What is your opinion on Warcry? Why do you play it or why don't you play it? Do you feel like this is a nice box set? And what do you think the appropriate price would be? I just can't help but think that Warcry is never getting the love that it should. And it's always just kind of being like run in a way that works for other games, but never seems to work for Warcry. But Games Workshop continues to just try to do that. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check them out to save 15% on Games Workshop. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm glad there's a starter set coming out for Warcry, but this is not what I pictured. And depending on the price, I'm not impressed. And I'm out of here.